Well, hello there, little ones. Gather round, because boy, do I have a whale of a tale for you. You see, once upon a time, there was a man named Jonah.
Are you lost, little one? Let's find your parents together.
Jonah, my faithful servant, go to the great city of Nineveh and warn the people. They must change their ways.
I can't go to Nineveh. It's too dangerous. Maybe I'll just go somewhere else instead.
Now, boys and girls, our friend Jonah thought he was pretty clever, sneaking onto that big old ship. And at first, things seemed to be going just swimmingly.
Isn't it amazing how God watches over us on these long voyages, Jonah?
Yes, amazing. Say, why don't we go look for some dolphins instead?
For a moment, Jonah thought he had made the right choice. But oh boy, was he in for a surprise. Faster than you can say fish sticks, a terrible storm hit the ship.
All hands on deck. This is no ordinary storm.
Now, the crew knew something wasn't quite right. This storm was too big, too scary to be normal.
You there, new guy. What have you done to anger the heavens?
I'm running away from God's mission. This is all my fault.
Well, let me tell you, those sailors were not too happy to hear that. The ship was falling apart faster than a sandcastle in a wave.
What have I done? I need to make this right. There's only one way to save you all. You have to throw me overboard.
What? No!
But Jonah knew what he had to do. Sometimes, being brave means making tough choices.
I'm sorry, God. I should have listened. Here goes nothing.
And just like that, Jonah disappeared beneath the waves. The crew watched in sadness, wondering what would become of their new friend. But this wasn't the end of Jonah's story. Oh no, not by a long shot. In fact, the biggest adventure was just about to begin. Now, boys and girls, you might be wondering what happened to our friend Jonah after he jumped into that big, scary ocean. Well, let me tell you, things were about to get even more incredible. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, something extraordinary happened. A huge whale, bigger than a school bus, swam right up to Jonah. And before Jonah could say fish sticks, he found himself in the most unexpected place of all. Inside the whale's belly.
What? Where am I?
Now, I know what you're thinking. You gross. But let me tell you, it wasn't all bad in there. In fact, it was kind of beautiful. But don't you worry, Jonah wasn't in any danger of being digested. You see, God had sent this whale to keep Jonah safe and give him time to think about what he'd done.
I can't believe it. I'm alive, but how long will I be in here?
For 3 whole days and nights, Jonah stayed in that whale. And let me tell you, he had plenty of time to think.
Lord, I've been foolish and disobedient. Please forgive me and guide me to do your will. God, are you there? I'm so sorry I ran away. I was wrong.
And just like that, Jonah understood that he had been given a second chance. A do-over. Isn't that amazing?
What's happening?
Well, I'll be. It seemed like Jonah's time in the whale was coming to an end. With a mighty spray of water, the whale brought Jonah back to dry land. And let me tell you, our friend Jonah was a changed man.
Okay, God, I'm ready now. Let's go to Nineveh.
And just like that, Jonah was ready for the biggest challenge of his life. But this time, he wasn't running away. Oh no, this time, he was running towards his destiny. Well, golly boys and girls, our friend Jonah was finally ready to face his big challenge. And let me tell you, Nineveh was one tough cookie of a city.
Look at this guy. He smells like low tide.
People of Nineveh, I have an important message for you. We all deserve a second chance to do what's right.
But our Jonah, he didn't give up. No sorry.
Meow, meow, meow.
Now! It's not too late to change. Every small act of kindness can make a big difference.
And you know what? Something amazing started to happen. The people of Nineveh, they started to listen.
You know, maybe this Jonah fella has a point. I think I'll give this being nice thing a try.
Slowly but surely, the city began to change. It was like watching a flower bloom, but a whole city-sized flower. And gee whiz, you wouldn't believe your eyes if you saw it. Nineveh went from a place nobody wanted to visit to the happiest city around.
Thank you, God, for giving me and Nineveh a second chance. I've learned that when we face our fears and do what's right, amazing things can happen.
And that, my little friends, is the incredible story of Jonah and the whale. He learned that it's never too late to make things right. So remember, kids, be kind, be brave, and always be ready for an adventure. You never know when you might end up in the belly of a whale or changing the world.